Welcome back, everyone, to another All Sports Culture YouTube video, another March Madness video for you guys. We've been doing these lately. You guys have been killing it with the support. So let's keep the train rolling. We'll do another one, our second chance bracket here. We did a week ago, if you guys watched, I gave my bracket predictions. We got some things right. We got some things wrong. We'll discuss that as we go through the second chance bracket. Second chance bracket from the Sweet 16 all up into the national championship. We're going to see if we can put together the correct bracket. We're going to obviously get some things wrong because that's March Madness in a nutshell. But 16 teams. Let's do the math. 48, right? 48 gone, 16 remaining. I want to say is the math. So it's crazy what's happened already in such a short time span. 16 teams are left, though. Let's discuss, go through each matchup, and we'll decide a winner into the national championship. We'll see how successful we are. We're doing pretty solid in the ASC league. Third place, I believe. Yeah, so let's get right into the video. Gonzaga and Arkansas is the first matchup. I think Gonzaga takes this game. I know a lot of people are on Arkansas. Gonzaga has not been playing great and impressive basketball the last two games. Georgia State, they had problems with them in the first half. And then against Memphis, it came down to the wire. Their free throw shooting was not all good at all. But I still think Gonzaga, Drew Timme was electric in that game. Chet didn't have a great stat line, but you see what he does defensively. His shot blocking capabilities, unbelievable. Gonzaga, I still think is the best team in the country. I know they had their worries in the first two games, but trust me, Mark Few is going to figure this squad out. And I think against Arkansas, the line right now is 9.5. I think a lot of people are going to take Arkansas to cover, but don't be quick to do that. I think Gonzaga comes out hot in this game and shocks a lot of people and defeats Arkansas. Texas Tech and Duke. I had Duke losing to Michigan State in the last bracket, and I don't want to say we were close because Duke won by a pretty wide margin. I think they won by 9 points. But up into that last couple minutes, Michigan State was right in that game. So a really good game. And Coach K, I was very impressed with the young guys and how they stepped up for Duke in that game. And Texas Tech, one of my biggest worries about the squad was their offense going into the tournament. We knew what they could do under Mark Adams defensively. The defense never rests. And they have been amazing, Texas Tech, both defensively, but also offensively. We saw Texas Tech in that last game in the round of 32. Against Notre Dame, and weren't they just unbelievable at the end down the stretch defensively? It's awesome to watch this team play. Duke has proved me wrong. I thought that they would not look good in their first game, and then against Michigan State, I thought they would lose. They're in the Sweet 16, and we'll see if, caps off an unbelievable last run by Coach K. I'm going to go Texas Tech, though, just because I've been thoroughly impressed with their offense. I think Mark Adams, if not for Ed Cooley and what he's doing at Providence, I think Mark Adams deserves Coach of the Year. And if he gets back this Texas Tech squad, that was the 3 seed, made to the national championship in 2019. If Texas Tech and Mark Adams can get back there, that will be an unbelievable story to tell. But I think Texas Tech takes this game against Duke. UNC and UCLA. So Baylor lost to UNC in the round of 32. Everyone can say what they want to say about the referees. I know it wasn't all that impressive, but to blow that lead is still unacceptable in my opinion. Their offense just went to bed ever since going completely blank on his name. What is this? Brady Manick. Why can I not think of that? Ever since Brady Manick got the flagrant 2 and was suspended for the rest of the game, they really couldn't do anything offensively. He's been their best offensive player for the first 2 games of the year. UCLA's looked really solid. They beat a St. Mary's team that had no problem with Indiana. UCLA, I think, is going to take this one as well. UNC will keep it close because of how their form has been. UNC, anytime you can beat the 1 seed, it's a very successful season. It'll be really funny if they can get further than Duke and win this game. But I think UCLA is going to take this game. I think this is now the point in March Madness where you don't see a lot of these. I think you really truly see the best teams in the tournament. There's obviously outliers like Loyola Chicago, but for the most part, you're going to see the best teams make it to the Elite 8 Final Four. And I think UCLA is a better team than UNC. Purdue and St. Peter's, same case. I think St. Peter's, unbelievable story what we've seen from them. The Peacocks, everyone's been riding them. I don't want to say riding, everyone's been a fan of them. Obviously get through Kentucky in the first game, but then Murray State in the second round. What they've been able to do with such a small population size, I think it's only like 2,000, 3,000 students there. Very impressive. Massive props to St. Peter's and what they've built there. But I think their luck and their Cinderella run runs out against Purdue. Purdue has been a really good squad. That Texas game, Jaden Ivey takeover game. Jaden Ivey, I could watch that guy play basketball any day, any minute of any day. He's so electric. Should be a high pick in the draft. What a fun player to watch. Offensively, we know what they can do. St. Peter's maybe can give them troubles on the defensive side, but I doubt it. Arizona and Houston. So on Odds Checker, which we'll pull up right here, they had a very good point about this Arizona-Houston game. As you can see right here, this is what the spread, I thought this was interesting how the spread has dropped to 1.5 points, but for the most part, it has stood at 2. And currently it is at 2 points in favor of the Arizona Wildcats. But he talks about, in this article, he talks about how Arizona looks like a really good squad. Obviously, they're probably the second best team in the country. Had a little bit of trouble, though, against TCU. The end of the game was worried for them, but for the most part, in overtime, they were comfortable and got the win. Benedict Mathurin has been amazing. Of course, he's been amazing. He's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft. But Houston, he talks about, and I completely agree, they're an unbelievably athletic team. This Houston team is probably the best 5 seed we've seen in recent history, and I completely agree. And when a lot of people thought UAB was going to upset them in the first round, I said Kelvin Sampson will not allow his team to not get to the Sweet 16. I just did not see it. And against Illinois, Illinois was outcoached by Kelvin Sampson, and Houston just played much better than this Illinois squad. So yeah, with the line dropping to 1.5, you're going to get around minus 130 for Arizona. And I agree. I think that's exceptional value. Houston, I promise you will keep it close. What an unbelievable team. Like I said, Kelvin Sampson will keep any game he partakes in close. But Arizona, I still think, and he thinks as well, that they are the second best team in the country. And I think that you got to take that value there. I love this point, and I think that we see eye to eye on this article. So make sure you check out this article. Check out Odds Checker for a bunch of other articles related to March Madness and every other sport out there. So I'm going to go Arizona, but I think it'll be close. Michigan and Villanova. Remember when I said Michigan was going to go to the Sweet 16, and a lot of people in the comments section laughed at me? Michigan has a really good roster. A lot of people thought they didn't deserve to get in, and I agree, because they were not good to start the year. They were pretty good to end the year, but still, with a 17-15 record going into the tournament, it wasn't that good. But they beat a Colorado State team that was really solid, led by David Roddy. Then they go on in the next round, and they play Tennessee. Tennessee was a team that I thought was kind of overrated. Michigan, the team I kind of thought was underrated. So I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back for thinking that Michigan was going to be Tennessee. They did, and I completely guessed this South region Sweet 16. Happy with that. These were the 4 teams I predicted. So like I said, don't want to give myself too credit, but, got to give it when it's due. Anyway, I'm going to go Nova here, but I strongly think that Michigan's going to keep it close. I think the spread right now is closer than a lot of people would anticipate. This Villanova team has looked really good. Colin Gillespie has been in this situation, has been a guy that's been on this Nova roster for so long. I think he's got to do what he's going to do. And this whole veteran Villanova squad, led by one of the best coaches in college basketball, and Jay Wright, is going to give Michigan problems near the end of the game. Give me Nova in a pretty close game against Michigan. Kansas and Providence. Here's where I had Kansas, I had Iowa, and then I did not even have close to having Iowa State and Miami. I believe I had Wisconsin and Auburn, which a lot of people did, but instead we have 11 and 10 seeded teams, and that's March Madness in a nutshell. I'm going to go Kansas here. I think Ed Cooley, great job he's done. I could potentially see Providence winning this game. I don't know what that spread is, but I probably would take Providence. I give a lot of respect to what Providence has done. A lot of people doubted them against South Dakota State. And then the next round as well, they would have to take on the 13 seed, I believe it was. Whoever the third or the 12 seed. I don't know. I can't remember who Providence played in the next round. Oh, it was Richmond. Yeah, my bad, guys. They beat Richmond, which was, I think a lot of people expected that, but now they face a really good Kansas squad. I think Bill Self has one of his best rosters of, we see Remy Martin playing at such a high level. I will take the Jayhawks here, but massive respect to what Ed Cooley's done with this Providence squad this year. They can get to the Elite Eight. That'll be a season to remember if you're a Friars fan. Iowa State in Miami. I'm going to go Miami. I think I went, for the most part, all high seeds, which I kind of hate. But it's all right. Texas Tech was the only one I didn't. But Miami, what a win they got against Auburn. Miami is a really fun squad to watch. We saw how good they were at the beginning of the year, getting a win in Cameron Indoor and then riding that train, having a good game in the ACC tournament. And this Miami team I always thought was pretty sneaky. Had them beating, going a blank again. I can't remember the tournament. Whoever they played the 7 seed against. I'm going to try and remember this. USC. See, I can always remember it. And then, against Auburn, they've been really solid in both of those games. And I think against an Iowa State team, Iowa State 2-22 last year to now making the Sweet 16. Unbelievable if you're a Cyclones fan. I said before the year, Iowa State was really good out of conference. In conference, that's where you get your worry. But I thought they were pretty underrated. I thought Wisconsin would beat them, but still, really good squad nonetheless. Gonzaga and Texas Tech. I have Gonzaga in my other bracket going to the Natty. I feel like it's only right to put Gonzaga in this spot. That West region is going to be really, really solid with those 4 teams. I could see any 4 of those teams making it out, but I think Gonzaga will get it done. I alluded to Gonzaga when I was talking about their game against Arkansas, and I just think they're so good. I think they're unbelievable. That's why I have them winning it all. I know a lot of people think it's like the easy pick, the bandwagon pick to go with Gonzaga, but there's a reason why they're in contention every single year. UCLA and Purdue. UCLA, I think, is going to win this game. I think they're going to go back to the Final Four. I didn't originally think that. I thought it'd be Kentucky, but now with Kentucky out, I think this paid for UCLA-Gonzaga rematch in the Final Four, which I'll pay however much money to go watch that game. Unbelievable. Purdue, I still have worries about a little bit, especially defensively. I think it catches up to them against UCLA team, veteran squad again, led by Mick Cronin. More consistent than... what is John Rothstein's expression? More consistent than something on a rainy day? I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Regardless, forget what I said. UCLA, I think, is going to win this game. Arizona and Nova. I originally had Zona, but watching the teams play, I'm going to go with Villanova here. I had Arizona in my national championship when I originally did my video, but their game against TCU very so worried me. I think they're going to have a bad game against Houston. I think they'll pull out on top, but then against Villanova, I think it catches up to them. I think Villanova has proved already in 2 games that they matter, and they're going to make a deep run in this tournament. Really good, really well roster. I know their depth is a big concern, but goodness gracious, what a team that never makes mistakes. We've heard that so many with these Villanova squads, and even watching them this year, they don't make any mistakes, and it's awesome to see. I think against Arizona, I've changed my mind through 2 games in. I think Villanova will take it. And then Kansas in Miami. You don't know how I want to go Miami so bad. So bad here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Miami here. Like I said, I think this is Bill Self's one of his best squads we've seen. But even so, you know what I said earlier, you have those outliers. You're really going to see the best teams make the tournament. Like, I think in the West region, Gonzaga is the best. I think in the East, UCLA is the best. And I think in the South, Villanova is now the best. Miami is kind of the outlier to me. I think Kansas on paper is the best, but the run Miami's going on, I just think it's going to continue on to the Final Four. We've seen deep teams like UCLA is the 11 seed last year. We saw Loyola Chicago's an 11 seed. Miami screams that to me this year. And I think that's where they're going to make it. Now, Villanova, I'm already going to put, I think will beat them. And I think Miami will give them a run for their money, similar to what we've seen Miami, like these 11, 10 low seeds in the Final Four. They keep it close at the start, and I think that's going to happen. But Villanova in the second half will run them. Villanova making another national championship, and I think they go off against Gonzaga, and then give me Gonzaga, I will say 67-62. That's what I think the final score will be. I think Gonzaga will pull out on top, but this is my second chance bracket. What do you guys think? It's obviously a lot less detailed than my other one. I kind of went through a lot of explanations on the teams, the matchups, and the other one. But here's the second chance bracket. It's going to be a shorter video because we're only down to 16 teams. But what do you guys think? Comment down below what you think, who you guys think is going to win it all. We got, as I'm recording this and as this is published, tomorrow is when the Sweet 16 will come back up. and not even basically a week away until the Final Four. I am so excited. March Madness, best time of the year. Yeah, I love it, man. So this is what I have. I'm going to submit my picks. And there we go. Gonzaga is going to be cutting down the nets in New Orleans. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys check out Odds Checker. Check out the article I just mentioned. Make sure to check out any other content they have on their website. Make sure to follow All Sports Culture on Instagram. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Just do all that. Subscribe on YouTube. You know what the deal is. But yeah, if you guys want, I can do next week, maybe some sort of like national Final Four preview, national championship Final Four preview, or just a reaction to the whole tournament. Whatever you guys want, comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon.